First, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. We're going to be doing a demonstration. There are going to be a lot of demonstrations popping up. These demonstrations are very important because we need to educate people that are going to be buying their first home theater setup. And we want to make sure, whether it be company, whether it be business, whether it be the everyday user, you know what I mean, the hobbies, what you're using that projector enthusiast, what it's going to be. You want to make sure that you're getting exactly what you're paid for and you're not being misled on these green screen paint products out here on the market. Now, from what we've seen from certain individuals who do lie about their products having the ability to be able to do this and be able to do that, they do fake ambient light demonstrations. I'm here to show you that no, they don't. These screen paints are old, they're outdated, and you should never paint these to your wall, to your screen, to your motorized projection screen, and you should not be using them in your business. Now here we are in a fully lit environment. I'm going to show you what a fully lighted should look like. I'm going to show you how people cheat in these environments, how they use these dark shades, slanted blinds, and everything else you could possibly think of to try to give off the illusion that they are showing an ambient light environment when they're not. We're going to be outside today, hopefully, because it looks like we're going to be outside. We got plenty of light pushing through. And for your businesses out here, we're going to show you, even with a venue projector, you do not want to paint your screen with a gray screen paint product or with using a white screen. And we got light here, light coming in here, and look at my windows. Nothing blocking the windows. It's one of the things you got to be careful about. They will throw anything in a window to block it. Bookcases, even if the bookcase is glass, there's no light making contact with the screen at all, period. Because if you notice when you look at the screen, it's dark. It's still dark in that area. If there was any physical light making contact, you would see it right there. And that's what I'm showing you at the end of the day. This is the things you need to watch out. And you need to ask questions. One of the questions you need to ask is, Network Gray 773. We're going to talk about that a lot. We did these tests, we did these demonstrations, and these products match this paint at $23 a gallon. So you have to be careful because you can be overpaying for a product that you can literally go down to any form of paint store, pick it up, and do the exact same thing. Now, our projector is 4,000 lumens, and even with a 4,000 lumen projector, you can't pick up a contrast level at all, period. And that's one of the important things when it comes to your home theater setup. Contrast is going to be everything. Contrast is going to be in sports. Contrast is going to be in movies. Contrast is going to be in gaming. It's going to be in everything. If you can't pick up a basic star field demonstration in a fully lit environment, you're going to have issues. How much money are you going to be shelling out? A lot of money. Because as I said before, when you're using a gray screen paint product, you're going to have to spend money for contrast. My projector behind me has 1,000 to 1 contrast ratio. That's it. That's cheap. Any projector has 1,000 to 1 is going to be cheap. Very, very cheap. My projector behind me cost me $109. If you got it on eBay, you'd probably get it for $179. I saw one for $179, $170, and $200. You shouldn't pay any more than under $250 for this particular projector. So we're using a Christie LW400. This projector right here usually is a very cheap and reasonable projector. It's 720p. I'm going to hit my hold and show you how much light we're picking up right now in my environment. This is how much light my room generates. We're not even at 12 o'clock. When we hit 12 o'clock, this thing is going to probably max out. But this is how much light my meters pick up. In this environment, while laying flat on the floor, I had to put it on hold so you can see that's how much we're registering right now in this environment. So when I watch demonstrations of people showing 222 or 400 or 500 in their environments, and they have all these lamps trying to hit the screen to try to jump the meter. There's meters sitting in doors and their doorways on bookshelves. I've seen that one where somebody had the meter sitting on a bookshelf right near the door, knowing that it's making contact with the window and making contact with the door, they're jumping the meter. When you got meters sitting right up here in the front like this, they're jumping the meter. And your light coming from the window, it's going to make some contact with that. This is laying on the floor. That's why we suggest anytime you do a meter test, lay them on the floor away from anything, the overhead light, and if your environment's really pushing that kind of light, the meter's going to pick it up. So that's what we suggest. But like I said, we'll show you how to be careful, how to watch out for people that are using all kinds of tricks to make their products look good. And like I said, one of the most important things is ask about the price of the projector. Because if we do, like I said, a demonstration comparison and projectors, are you kidding me? We don't pay for that kind of stuff at the end of the day. We can perform off low-end 720p projectors with no problem. And mind you, my projector's in eco mode. Let me put this back on the floor. So, if you want to do an ambient light environment comparison, I would crush you easily. Look at this. This is how much light my environment pulls in. I would crush you easy. We're not even outside yet. I haven't even gone outside yet, and I could crush you in one of these environments so easily. That's why I tell you, at the end of the day, these gray screen paint products are obsolete. A basic star field demonstration. Can't pull it up in here. All right, so let's come down here and put my curtains down because I don't think my neighbors think. What do y'all know they do? I had a few people ask me the other day when I was outside doing some work outside. They were like, "Hey, I see you opening up your curtains. I see you putting them down. What are you doing? You got a camera and all." And I see a screen in the background. I said, "We're testing. We test projection screens over here. That's what we do. We test them a lot against ambient light, how much light they can take and stuff like that." So I had a few people ask me questions on that. Now, what we're using here in the demonstration is Sherwin-Williams Network Gray 773. This is what we're using. And I told you before, we did a lot of these test demonstrations on these particular screen paints versus Network Gray 773. And the problem I had with that was that those paints matched the Network Gray 773 with no problem whatsoever. So that's the problem I had with that. I think I clearly remember what the other remote control was for downstairs. That's an extra remote control. I was like, wait a minute. How do we have an extra remote control? Then I realized where the extra remote control came from. Literally, it's up here. You want to see this up here. I was trying to figure out where that extra remote control came from. I was like, it's downstairs. Where are we at? What is all this going over here? Hold on. I should put it right here. Here we go. So we're going to go downstairs, we're going to take that gray paint, and we're going to put on 1,000 lumens, Old Faithful, on that black screen and see if you can pull a star field demonstration in a max out zone. Now, as I said before, some people are going to sit there and say, well, it's not the same thing. My product is different. Well, before you make that statement, you have to basically do that side-by-side demonstration. You have to show that your product does not represent Network Gray 773. You're going to have to do that. Now, my projector in here cost me around $139. That's what I paid for my projector in here. My screen size, my entire screen, is about 144. That's the size of my entire screen, about 144. This is my screen next to open windows. So I can move about my environment and I can basically watch movies, sports, whatever I want off this screen with my windows open. Nothing blocking the windows. You can look right out there and see with no problem whatsoever. star fill screensaver. I swear. Oh, last place I was at? Downstairs. Were we downstairs? We were downstairs. We had to change our mind at the moment. So we that's going upstairs. We shut that off. And turn the electricity in that room. Pop downstairs. So if I had painted that wall at 144 inches with the gray screen paint product, I wouldn't be able to see jack at the end of the day. Like I said, we'll shut the curtains. All right, shut the curtains. Take out the overhead. All right, still can't see nothing. Like I said, at the end of the day, gray screen paint product, all you're doing is priming your wall. That's all you're doing. Because I can't see contrast, can't see color. Even with this little bit of light we have in the environment, you still can't pick it up. 8K desired nature. And we still have light coming in from this side of the curtain that's still hitting the screen. So no, they don't see contrast. They don't see color, which I should have added that in there. And they're not ambient light rejection. Now, some people are saying, well, that's just regular house paint. Of course. No. Gray screen paint products, a majority of them, ones we've seen, not saying all of them, the ones we've seen are house paint, but the ones we've seen. And they were able to match that particular sample sheet sitting on that wall, which is Network Gray 773. As I said before, if the products are different, they would have no problem going out and showing that there's a difference between the two. Now, we can show a difference between our product and black paint and everything else in the face of the sun, but they can't seem to do this. Red screen. There's a red screen displayed on an ultra short throw projector. I told you, you are washing out when you use a gray screen paint product. And we're sitting here with the curtains closed, took the lights out, and still you can't pick up red on a gray screen. Let's go with blue screen. Can't see blue. So imagine if I bought gray product and I painted this entire wall right here with that gray product. I'm using a 720p short throw projector NEC, price tag about $130. Green screen. Can't see green. Let's try gray. Gray screen. I'm going to choose dark gray first. There's dark gray. As you can see, my lines from the top and the bottom of the screen, see my screen's black, that screen can't even pick up a dark gray. Let's go over and switch over to a light gray. That's kind of a mid gray right there. Mid gray, can't even pick up mid gray, and the screen is literally gray. All right, let's go over to a lighter gray. Can't even pick up a lighter gray. That's pretty sad. That tells you, I told you at the end of the day, this is a product that doesn't have that capability. Can't even pick up gray. All right, let's go over to slow color changeout. Now I'm trying to give the gray screen an advantage point by taking the lights out, because we know our screens can thrive in fully lit environments. That screen's not going to have, it's going to have a very hard problem trying to do so. Oh, we forgot about this purple color changeout too. So you'll be calibrating this projector right here, or you'll be spending the money for a more expensive short throw projector thinking you have fixed the problem, but you're not. You're not saving any money. You're going to spend money for a more expensive projector. These are 720p's in here doing this. None of these projectors are 1080p. None of these projectors are 4K. Let's go with, let me see. Let's go with the background for the fish. There you go. I forgot what the contrast for this one is. I gotta add color to it. I forgot to add that to it, but they can't see color. They're not ambient light projection, none of that. That's what my overheads are on. That screen's washed out. And even if I go in and drop my overheads, it still can't pick up the black background. 8K, 4K demonstration. Let's see. 8K, desired nature. 8K, desired nature. You're not doing any of these. That's not going to work on a gray screen paint product. No way in the world. Even the commercials don't even come up. This is short throw. Is gray screen paint short throw compatible? No, they're not. They're not even venue projectors compatible. Look at the colors. It's not even pulling up. That's bad. That's really bad. Mind you, we don't have overheads on. We got the windows shut, and the gray screen still can't pick up. If anyone out there tells you that, and at the end of the day, like I said, I got to post that link below. We're going to find the link. I got to go in and post the link in 3 different demonstrations. But in that link, I show you that all gray screen paint products perform the same way. There's nothing different about them at all. They have to depend on overpriced, expensive projectors. They have to be in dark environments. This environment is not dark enough right now in order to support that gray screen. That's how dark of an environment you're going to be sitting in at the end of the day. And they have to use high-end projectors in order to make up for what the screen can't. So you'll be spending thousands of dollars. And this will not work for your business, and this will not work for your home. And at the end of the day, a $23 can of paint from Sherwin-Williams will do the exact same thing. So you overpaid on your product on top of that. Let's go over and grab ourselves another demonstration. Let's grab this one over here. They can't see color. I explained that to you multiple times. They can't see color. So if I want to sit in my easy chair and I want to do a little gaming, maybe want to watch a movie or something like that, I can't do that because the screen, it's not ambient light projection, number one. The colors are washed out. The contrast is not picking up. And I'm not in, my environment you would think would be, because it's a little darker, we got the lights out and we got the windows closed up, but we still have too much light in the environment. My projector is around 3,000 lumens. Now, if you're curious about the model number for my projector, this is what I'm using. That right there, let's find the model number. There we go. There's my NEC. That's an NEC M300WS right there. Short throw projector. And like I said, if anyone sits there and tells you at the end of the day that a gray screen paint product, and when we show you this demonstration, keep in mind his products will be in there, but this is to show you that we even have it on our blacklist that these products matched that network gray with no problem whatsoever. And keep in mind, I think last year we did this, so we gave those individuals plenty of time to back up their products, and those demonstrations were never done, which means you're not only overpaying for paint, that you can go get at Sherman Williams that does the exact same thing, but as I said before, you have a product here that doesn't have ambient light projection technology, it doesn't have the ability to maintain its colors, it can't maintain contrast levels, and the white levels are going to be okay, but they're not going to be advanced as a white screen. At the end of the day, we can blend the white levels. Are you getting what you paid for? No, you're getting an old screen paint, and number one, at the end of the day, will dumb your projector down. That's the reason why we put the challenge out there, because as I said before, these are people or companies who have to, companies are using these are gray screens, that have to rely on a high-powered projector to make the screen so good.
We could save money if we switched to long-lasting Pro-Cell batteries. Then we won't have to pay for a full-time battery changer.
Backup.
And we're going to be going back later on, not today, but tomorrow, doing some demonstrations on the master screen we have in here on our short throw NEC 720p. We're going to have the environment just like show, just to show you that even if you take your lights out, even if you cover your windows, a gray screen paint product is not going to cut it. I can imagine displaying off a wall like this. Oh my goodness. I'm horrified. Now, for anybody, like I said, in the day, if you want that challenge, we'll put it back up. The Network Gray 773 SW, we'll put it up. Challenging anyone who has a gray screen paint product. Well, not anyone. We got certain individuals that are not lying at the end of the day. Just those two individuals. That challenge is for you. As a matter of fact, we're going to make it a challenge today. Man, might as well. We challenge you, and we got to do the video at the top. We're going to challenge you to do Network Gray 773 versus your product. We want to see a difference between night and day. Again, 720p projectors. Man, you're going to have so many challenges stacked on you this week. It's not even going to be funny. But like I said, you got my attention. At a bad time too, because we got 180 inch strapping up for the backyard, and you're going to do one on that one too. We're going to do another challenge, 180 inch screen outside in the backyard. We're going to display white levels. You got to display contrast. Like I said, I was in my backyard, minding my own business, working on my products, and here you guys running your mouths about my products. So now we start giving you challenges to do, and we can do these challenges for no problem. Now it's a whole bunch of, well, we don't want to do it, and you want to do the demonstrations. You know, you want to challenge us, get rid of that P2, put it in the box, put it in that closet, and go whip out a 720p Epson and do the demonstrations. From now on, for 1 year, you can't use that projector anymore. That's done. And the reason why this hurts them, because at the end of the day, like I said, they need to depend on those projectors. We don't. Let's see. Oh, we're done here. I am going downstairs. After we're going downstairs to Old Faithful, we're going to go visit her right now. We're going to take the same demonstration and do it down there too. We need fire sticks for that one. I gotta buy an extra fire stick for people too. She doesn't have one. Taco's got one. You're lucky. I'm not embarrassed. I could take you to my next room. It's my cat's room, and I could blow you out on his screen. You don't want to be in there. You don't want to, at the end of the day, your screen paint got blown out. Not so your screen paint, it's not your screen paint at the end of the day, it's the network gray. But show a gray screen get beat by a cat's projection screen. That's gonna be pretty bad. We're not doing that. We're just showing people at the end of the day why you don't want to go near a gray screen paint product. And this is why you're going to be spending a lot of money for a projector, number one, to make it for what the screen can't do. But can you imagine having me on, oh, no. Now that screen's that big. We had screens that big under the old technology. You don't want to be in there. That's embarrassing. That's my cat's room. My cat screen is more advanced than that screen paint. Now we got to put rules in when we put this in for the network gray, and the reason why, because like I said, these are very sneaky individuals. They will figure out ways to try to cut corners. Do you really want to play with me on this level when it comes to ambient light projection technology? I could challenge you right now for environments only, just ambient lit environments, and I would blow you clean out of the water. 720p projector right there. I guarantee you haven't done the challenge. Now, we're going to be setting up pretty soon. We got 2 customers, which are going to be doing reviews against our products. And they're going to be showing off our technology. And their projectors are a little lower than mine. They're using low-level projectors. And once I got in here. Let's go take a visit. Let's go check out Old Faithful. See what she's doing. This is where you need to buy the paint at, right there. Sherwin-Williams. That's where you pick it up at. $23 a gallon. Now, you're going to have to show that difference between night and day. Now, this is the max out zone. This is the area that has the most light in the house. Meters do not pick up down here at all. Yeah, we definitely getting outside today. We definitely gonna be outside today. We go outside today. This is what's going to trigger when we go outside today. You will receive a challenge for a 180-inch display. You see that monster there sitting on the floor that's coated in black technology? That's going to be your challenge also for the day. We want to see your product on a 180-inch screen outside. Like I said, you wanted to challenge us, you got it. Oh, hey, oh. Get that with me. All right. We got our stand for Old Faithful. Let's put it right over here. And our stuff that we need for this. Now, that was my meter readings upstairs. That's my meter readings upstairs. So for Matchstick, I want you to understand this real quickly. You claim that I use 5,000 projectors all the time, right? This is my meter readings upstairs in the master bedroom with a projector that was in eco mode. No more 4,000 lumens when you're in eco mode. You drop a lot. And at that, my brightness was at 9. Now, when we get down here, this right here, when I take it off hold, it's going to max out. Because down here, meters don't pick up. That's why the area got the name the max out zone. Because meters don't register down here. Now watch me take it off hold. See? Now, this is what I need for you to understand. Next time you run your mouth, I don't like to embarrass people, but you asked for it. If we're picking up that high of a count upstairs, right? And we're at 4,000 lumens, now we're downstairs in the max out zone at 1,000 lumens. We did this yesterday. I'm going to repeat this again so it sinks in your head. And just to let you know that you haven't seen the demonstrations we kind of call 13 feet back. This is where we take a projector of 1,000 lumens and we take it outside, we drop it back 13 feet. This is how these paints do their labels. Yeah. Oh, so Matchstick. But I thought you had a little bit more common sense. But this is nothing for us. These are tests we do every single day on our products. It's nothing. I do these all the time, and forum sites never. What I'm showing you is something we've done dozens and dozens of times. That's why I can do it live, because it's easy. Now, when we got people going around showing off remote control saying, look, you can see my remote control, but you've got dark pockets in your environment, you got windows being blocked by huge bookcases, that's a failed attempt right there. And then you have one wall that you're pointing the camera constantly to that's somewhat well lit with about a bunch of white lights around it, trying to say, look, no, you're not doing jack at the end of the day. This is why when we do, because people cut corners like this is why we have them do the demonstrations outside, because there's nowhere for them to cheat. There's no doors, there's no windows, no bookcases, none of that nonsense. You're outside. And that's why they never show up. I can show you every challenge we've given to individuals, and they never showed up. All right, let's go get Old Faithful out. Now, Old Faithful, we call her that because she is a projector I purchased off of eBay, and she is 1,000 lumens, 600 by 800, 720p. I love this projector so much. Now, when we test our screens out, we have to do it under Old Faithful, because Old Faithful is good for those white levels, because this allows us to be able to show and see exactly where our white levels lay at with Old Faithful. But Matchstick, if you took the time out to watch my demonstrations instead of acting so hastily like you did, you wouldn't be receiving the embarrassment that you're receiving now. Even worse when the other two customers come up and they show you those batch numbers on their containers and they show you the demonstration, even more of an embarrassment for you. But remember, you bought it on yourself. Should have known by now I test my products out. Now, for those of you that are buying and thinking about doing a home theater setup, this is what we're going to show you in the next couple of days, whether it be business, whether it be home, why you want to stay away from a gray screen paint product. Not only will it match a $23 container of paint, a gallon at that, but it will have no ambient light rejection capabilities. It will pull no color inside or outside at all. I think we're going to plug this here. This also helps out with people who think that, okay, if I'm late at night, now mind you, most people are going to be outside, Matchstick, you're going to understand this, are going to be at 5,000, 7,000. Companies are going to be way beyond that. And they can't even pull up on a gray screen. I saw it from my own eyes when pictures that were shared to us. I got to ask permission to share those pictures. But pictures that were shared from us from a customer who was using a gray screen paint product, and the screen washed out on a 12,000 lumen projector. Laser 4K. Didn't even show up. That shows you at the end of the day, the customer could not see the screen. Even in the demonstration, when you see the church with that huge 1,000-inch screen with all the lights over top of it, the customer gave the testimony, they were using a gray screen paint product also. And it washed out on 7,000 lumens. So if you guys can't pick up in a fully lit environment, just do the math. How in the world are you going to pick up in a fully lit environment such as commercialized, and then on top of that being hit with a projector with a tremendous amount of light at the same time? You're not going to pick up. But we can. So this right here is my customized screen. This is 129 inches, 1610. I'm not going to go into screen measurements because you don't know them. You know them at 100, maybe 120, but at a certain point you don't know anything at that. You already proven that, so we're not going to go down that road. But this is 129. Now, if you want to do sizes of 1610, as you see it on your projector, there are certain sizes for them. They have really odd numbers attached to them. This is Old Faithful. They're firing up right now. And this is Old Faithful being fired up in a fully lit environment. You want to hear something funny? Shadow says it can't detect the remote control. It's right here in my hand. It's on the floor. Now, as Matchstick, we call you because we're not giving you any credit for your name. And they will refer to you as Matchstick. So, let me explain something to you. In your demonstration, you claimed that the black screen or our product was so dark that it couldn't pull up, and we're actually using these massive projectors, 3600, 4000, 5000. This is a 1,000 lumen projector we're using. That's why I like to do the demonstration upstairs. We do it in stair steps as we break it down for you. And on top of that, showing you why the gray screen paint products are a complete fail. Well, now they're a complete fail. If they were back then 9 years ago, you'd have made a ton of money. But they're old now. Nobody uses this stuff anymore. That's why the people that are selling it, if you go on eBay, they're selling it for a reasonable price. And these are individuals, not to put them down, that are not telling lies about their products, like saying a gray screen can pull an equal level to, even they would laugh over that. You go to any form site, AVS Forms, Projector Central, any form site, any projector group on anywhere, on any platform, and you sit there and feed them that nonsense, and they will laugh at you. Because those guys are sitting in there with gray screens at the end of the day, and even they don't know, and their projectors they have in there would make a P2 look like a paperweight. Let's go with, let's see. I want to go with Starfield Screensaver. So this projector behind me, I think, has a 100:1 contrast. It is pretty low. Can a gray screen paint product pick up a proper contrast level on a 100:1 contrast ratio on this projector? No, it cannot. Now, I know you have, to an individual we're talking to right now, we know you have the same projector. When you did this demonstration, you were in a dark environment, trying to make it look like you were in a well-lit environment. If you're going to be doing demonstrations like that, we want to see meters present at all times, and we want to see them maxed out. My technology we have here can see a contrast level, even if your projector is at 100. Even if it doesn't even have a contrast capability, it will always pick up a contrast level as if it had a 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, or 10, because the screen is literally jet black. Where a gray screen paint will never be to do that. In order for you to pick up a somewhat decent level, you're going to spend money. And we all know that contrast does not come cheap when it comes to projectors. It can be very expensive. And that's what you're going to pay. So you're not saving any money. You're not saving any money when you purchase the paint because, like I said, the Network Gray 773 will do the same thing at $23 a gallon. So you're not saving money there. You're not saving any money when you have to go out and spend the money for an expensive projector because, like I said, you're going to spend more money in order to do so. The projector that displays the snow coming off my ceiling upstairs, around 2,700 lumens, that's a 720p. And I have a lamp in the middle, a ceiling lamp in the middle of my screen up there. We're displaying that. AK desired nature. AK desired nature. And the reason why we use this demonstration is because this particular demonstration, he displayed in the demonstration and it was done in a super dark environment. Again, your projector is sitting 2 feet, 2 inches from the screen with a massive amount of contrast capability, and yet you had to do this demonstration in the dark. Again, nothing wrong with the P2. The screen was just dumbing it down. So 100 to 1, 1,000 lumen projector at around 13 feet from my screen in a max out zone can pull a contrast level where a gray product cannot do it. And I can do this outside today too, which I've done multiple times. I can even bounce it off my ceiling if I want to, which I did last night. You're not saving any money. All they did was take old screen paint from 9 years ago and hit it with a new technology projector. That's all they did. That's why we gave them the challenge to take out the projector, to do the demonstrations in fully lit environments, to move bookcases, anything that's blocking light, and lighten the environment up with the meter to do it how we do it on our levels. So again, if my company is such a scam at the end of the day, then how come you can't do the same demonstrations that we do? How come when we give you these requests, the requests or the challenges that we give you are things that we do every day? It's not a challenge to me because we do this every day. If I give you a challenge to go outside on a 180-inch screen and display a star field, I can do that on a star field, I can do that on a snowstorm, I can do that on skin tone, I can do that on fruit, I can do it on anything I want and still produce an amazing image. I can do it inside and knock out thousands and thousands of dollars of certified screens at the exact same time. So the very challenges we give you guys, you can't even complete. Something we don't even consider to be a challenge. Before I even gave you the challenge, my projector was already mounted to my ceiling. I had already swapped mine out for a lower projector. A lot to think about. Red screen. See? Can't even pick up the color red on 1,000 lumens. Blue screen. Can't pick up blue. Let's try gray. Your screen's gray. Gray screen. Now, keep in mind, before he goes into the argument by saying, oh, but that's not my product. My product is not Network Gray 773. My product's different. Then guess what you have to do? You're going to have to show why it's different. You can't say it's different. You have to prove why it's different. Like if I tell you that if we take a black sample sheet and we stick it up against that screen, my screen's going to produce a higher white level. I can't say that. I have to prove it, just like I'm doing right now in the demonstration. So you can't talk trash. You have to back it up. So if your product isn't the same as Network Gray 773, and what we have here is completely different, and your product reacts differently, then you need to do the demonstration, which we have been asking you since last year. Let's go over to the dark gray. Now mine, your screen's gray. Not picking that up. Let's go over to the mid gray. Not picking that up. Let's go over to the light gray. Not picking that up. And just to show you, you see the color? That's the color of the color that we're displaying. You can't pick it up. And when I say he, I mean anyone that basically develops a gray screen paint that's lying at the end of the day. Because we've seen other people, and we've had their products here, and they don't lie. They say exactly what it says about what their product does. You guys are the only ones who lie. Okay. Let's take the lights out, give you a hand, help you out a little bit here. Let's take out our lights. Hopefully that'll help you. Now we're going to drop the lights in the max out zone. And show you, even with the lights out, your product is still going to fail. Now, like I said, he's going to argue and say it's not his product. But again, you have to back it up. What is the difference? Let's go back to the gray. We're going back to dark gray. No pickup. No pickup. No pickup. Now, for those of you who are saying that, well, his product's not here, his product does not need to be here. We've done the tests already, and it matches perfectly on all three of the products that we had here. And Abel was able to actually produce much better image than the other product they had. It was much darker. We'll put our tests at the bottom. You can also, too, go to our website, Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Go to the far end where it says more, click, and you'll see something that says fake projector information, and he has posted right there with the test of the Sherwin-Williams versus three of his products that matched perfectly. But we'll put the links there for you so you can see it for yourself. And we gave him the option of proving if the product was different. Was this product different? Did we ever get that? We never got him. Matter of fact, he went on vacation. Blue screen. Let's get some, let's not do commercials. Blue screen. There we go. Red screen. No pickup. So a 1,000 lumen projector in a somewhat dark environment cannot pick up on a gray screen. Again, no ambient light rejection technology, doesn't produce color, can't see contrast. So if you're being told to calibrate a $3,300 projector, if you have calibrated a $3,300 projector and it's sitting in a dark environment, then there's a problem there. Let's go over to slow color change out. Now, just to show you how embarrassing it's going to get, we'll jump from this to a 5,000 lumen full 1080p Christie, which we have sitting right over there, and we'll throw it against a stucco wall, and I guarantee you it's not going to pick up. At 5,000, it's not going to pick up. So even if you do jump, people say, what if I get higher lumens? Well, that's not going to work either. It's an outdated product. A great way to dumb down your machine at the end of the day. You know how bad this would get if we had the lights on right now? That screen is struggling in the dark. That's not good. $4K Snow screensaver. Matchstick, you should know better. So this is how we know Matchstick that you use black paint in your demonstration. I'm going to mention your name one time so you know and everybody knows who you are. And I hate to embarrass you, but you deserve it at the end of the day. Solid Walker 5. You are an embarrassment to everyone on YouTube. You're a fake, a phony, and you're, whatever you talk about on camera, I've heard you talk. It is blah, blah, blah. It's what we call Mickey Mouse philosophy. That's what you have. This is a 1,000 projector. We're in a max out zone. There, as you can see, it's the model of my projector right here. As you can see right there. And we are showing light gray paint, and we're showing black paint. The reason why the image popped up in your video that way is because, number one, you never showed the batch number. Batch numbers would have matched the product we have over here, and we did show white levels in the demonstration, including the wolves. And your image is coming up exactly the same way as we showed in your demonstration. And this is why a lawyer will be contacting you real soon. You messed up. Big time. I'm not going to be merciful at all, period. I'm going to clean your clock. I'm going to make an example out of you. I'm going to take everything you own. Now, for those of you saying, oh, that's not Christian-like, Christians were never meant to be welcome mats. Take the time before you make that judgment and read through the Bible. Oh, and don't skip Old Testament, because it was brutal in Old Testament. You do not mess with Christians at the end of the day. I can back my product up 100% on every level you can possibly think of. I can mimic the exact same demonstration you just did, because I said it on camera before we launched the product. I said that this product we have here produces an amazing white level, and if you're using black paint, we are going to know if you falsified the demonstration. You see this right here? They can use this as evidence in court against you. So I would suggest for you to get yourself an attorney, quick, because things are going to get real ugly for you. Next time, learn to mind your own business. I mean, come on, you naysayers. Don't you think I test myself? I'm sorry, I'm not you at the end of the day. I test myself. My stuff has to go through rigorous testing. You must have missed the memo. You had to. Because anybody knows me knows that I'm a person who's known for testing myself in the most weirdest, craziest ways you can possibly think of. Just to show you how insane some of my tests are. If you go outside and you see me bring my camera up, you'll see a little ledge by my window. We took the same projector here, stuck it out on a ledge, and let sunlight hit in it, knowing that sunlight was going to diminish the lumens before it even came out of the projector, pushed it to a double pane glass, 13 feet across my area, and it hit a screen and was able to produce an image. That's the kind of insane stuff I like to do. So you think you can come on camera, explain some bull nonsense at the end of the day, some blah, 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 on how our screens are doing this and how our screens are doing that and blah, blah, blah. You've just embarrassed yourself badly. Let's go over to the snow wolves. All right, they didn't want to step. They're like, nah, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing with you today, Mr. Bird. So, you know, we got to put some shout outs for some of the haters real quick. But yeah, come on. I back myself up, man. You didn't see the demonstrations with the bed sheets and all the tests we were doing, like over and over and over again. Keep yourself embarrassing yourself. It's so easy. It's like you guys delivery, like you go and you put a rope around your neck and you stand on this rickety chair and you just wait for somebody to kick it out from underneath of you. I mean, you really think I'm that stupid at the end of the day? Oh, you got to be kidding me. I've been in business way before you even thought of. You weren't even known when I was doing business. And you think that I don't test my stuff out at the end of the day? Now, when I get done with you here, wait till the people that are going to be doing a review on our products get done with you. If I were you, I'm going to give you some advice here. Start pulling down videos left and right, because if not, like I said, my lure is going to rip you a new one. That's not going to be unbelievable. So I would advise you to start removing videos fast. But if you don't, like I said, I'll gladly take it to court and take everything you got from you. Because at the end of the day, I don't scam people. I can back my products up. I back my products up on a level that's so high that we can give out challenges. I can make this a challenge if I want to. Any video demonstration that I do, at the end of the day, I can make it a challenge and throw it back at you guys, and you can't do it. Like today, 180-inch screen will be on display. I can give you that challenge today, and you can't do it. You can't even do. I guarantee he hasn't even done. Well, not Matchstick. The other one hasn't even done the demonstration with taking his P2 and putting it away. I guarantee he hasn't done it. Simple stuff we do every day. You can't do. But that's what I'm gonna do all this week. I'm gonna give you nothing but challenges. I'm gonna bury you in challenges. Every time we go outside and we do a demonstration, that's gonna be a challenge for you. You should know better. And as for the gray screen, our technology, well, you can see what it does at the end of the day. It's supposed to do what it does. White screensaver. We have to do these tests. These are tests we never hide from our customers. When I do an 18 screen certified, the first thing I request is white levels. That's the first thing I will request in every demonstration. Because that allows us to see at the end of the day where my screen paint is going to lay in its white levels versus a bright white surface. If that surface where we're doing a certified screen is producing a certain tone of a white level, we automatically know from the door we can overpower the screen. Just because your screen produces a high white level doesn't mean jack at the end of the day. That's a very bad sign, because now you just mimicked a white screen. White screen can pull the highest level, but guess what? Can't see color, can't see contrast, and they will wash out in fully lit environments. High-end projectors hit them, they wash out. Can't be used outside, and I've seen them outside. The worst thing you can use outside is a white screen. Red screen. You see that right there? So that black surface right there does not have enough, can't register white light. That's how we know at the end of the day it's black paint, because black paint doesn't see white light. It can't register it. You need white light and contrast at the same time in order to generate a proper red level. But you don't understand it. You talk all this nonsense. We're talking about Matchstick, not the other one. You talk all this nonsense on camera. Everything you're saying is bull on camera. You don't even know what you're talking about. Because I can come in with 1,000 lumen, maxed out zone, and I can do this demonstration and show you a light screen right here and a black screen right here. And neither one of them is matching our technology at all. Because that technology we have can register white light and black at the same time, which produces an amazing color. That's why the gray screen paint can't pick up the red, because it has no contrast, and the black screen can't pick it up because it has no white levels. It can't register white light. You have to have both at a perfect match in order to be able to pick that color up. So I should do a seminar. All right, we're done here. I've had fun. We're past our time here. So Matchstick, I hope you got an understanding what you're dealing with now. Like I said, lawyer up. We're going to need it. As for the, well, really the other one, he's got challenges to do today. So he's not going to do them. I'll tell you 3 things going to happen. Vacation. He's going to talk about another product, or he's going to do something completely different, but he's not going to do it at all, period. But mind you, this is a projector swap out challenge. So if you even pop up and show that P2 in any demonstration, it just clearly shows at the end of the day, you have to depend on it. We don't want to see one demonstration with the 720p. We don't want to see 2 or 3. We want to see a solid year. Mine's not going anywhere. It's mounted to the ceiling. Okay, so the Network Gray 773, because like I said, if you want to argue and say that your product doesn't match this, then you have to be able to back that up. You can't just say it. You have to back it. What else we have here too? Oh yeah, we're outside on the 180-inch, which I'm going to test around right now because I might mount it up right now. Today, you're going to be doing that also too today. You're going to do 180-inch, and you're going to do that on black paint, and you're going to produce a star field at around 6 o'clock. We'll do white levels. I'll take a white screen and do it out there for fun. Isn't that interesting, ain't it? You really would think black paint at the end of the day could see red, right? You really thought that, right? Nah, it can't. It can't. You have to have a white level for color. That's what I was trying to tell you for the longest time. You have to have a white level for color. Color requires white light. Also requires contrast too. Not enough contrast, not enough black levels, you turn into that. Too much black levels, you turn into that. Skyworth food demonstration. I'll do one more. See? Too much contrast level. Too dark. It's not registering white light. It's picking up too much of a black level. That's the problem. Yeah, I love doing these demonstrations. Booyah! Told you, man, I get excited over this stuff, man. I don't back down on stuff like this. I get bored of my own challenges at the end of the day. Like, you know what? We got to find something crazy. We got to do something crazy today. This is not crazy enough for me. We got to think of stuff to put against our products at the end of the day to do crazy demonstrations. And here you guys are huddled in the dark doing these fake corner cutting demonstrations. And we got to think of stuff to do it. Okay, you don't even want to be there. I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to be there either. Peter fucking eater had a whack and couldn't keep a. But that fell off. It did fall off. I heard it before it happened. Shows you I have ninja powers. Oh, please. The same stuff I'm showing you here is the same stuff we do every day. These are tests we have to do every single day, every day. Now, if you sat there and see me rant on camera about the certified screens, we weren't getting any challenge out of them, you know? After doing test after test after test after test on certified screens, you heard me rant on camera. I can't do this anymore. We're not getting a challenge. I had to get to the point where now we're not going to, the challenge part, forget it. Just forget it. We're just going to basically concentrate on something else because I was burning myself out, going online, hunting down screens to see what we had that would go against us, and some of the screens didn't even come in because I'm pretty sure they were watching the demonstrations. You guys don't have that problem, do you? We do. We have that problem all the time. Well, companies won't send us sample sheets because they don't want to go against their products, but y'all don't have that problem. I bet you $100 you can go and get Black Diamond right now. We can't get it, but I bet you can. Because they don't fear it. At the end of the day, they don't consider you to be anything. That's why. That right there in the center of the screen is a $5,000 certified screen. Just to show you this matchstick real quick. And for you, the other one sitting there whining and crying, oh, how come he's making that much? Yeah, I'm making that much money because I can back my product at the end of the day. I go through 18 certifies on easy at 1% on my technology. I do demonstrations, like I said, on massive screens, low-end projectors, high-end projectors. We can back our stuff. You guys can't back your stuff. Again, like I said, I can make your product at the end of the day and for far cheaper than what you're selling it to your customers and back that up, which we already did when I made a demonstration call. All grade screen paints are the same. And you are all the same. Let's go over to, real quick, I'm going to do some colors on this again. Let's go over to red screen, because we got the certify up there now. So, I want you to take this in real quick. We got 1,000 projector. I'm going to repeat this. We're in a maxed out zone. As you can see, meter's not picking up anywhere at all. We don't have it near, we don't count the windows. Definitely not counting the doors. Doors shut. I don't count the light in the next room because that has nothing to do with what's going on in here. This is the only light that we count. So in here, as you're looking at this, you naysayers, I want you to pay attention. Customers, I want you to look at this. As you're looking at this, you can see that our screen on our projector over here is producing a red level. The black paint can't do it. This is for those of you who want to try to do the same thing with black paint. This is what's going to happen to you. The black paint can't do it, due to the fact that it can't see a white level. The gray screen paint can't do it because it can't receive contrast at the end of the day. White level is way too high, it's washing out. And then over there you have the certified gunmetal, which can't pick it up either. So when you complain about why we get this kind of money for our product, that's a $5,000 sample sheet laying against that screen right now. And mind you, we've done over 18 of those. So consider the fact that when I go into a forum site with the elitists in there and I show them a demonstration on this projector right here today, do you have any idea how many orders we're going to stack up to? These people in here with $25,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 units in there. And I show them that, look, we can take a 1,000 lumen projector and I still can produce a better image than a $5,000 projection screen in a max out zone. So if I can do that on this dinky projector over here, imagine what my technology would look like on a $25,000 JVC. There you go. Where on your product, you can't even pick up a basic, and I say it's yours because, again, Network Gray 773 matched all three of your products. And we got the demonstrations to back it up. Your product, right here, being a gray screen paint, because that's what you deal in, can't pick it up. Black paint, can't pick it up. So you can't mimic our technology with black paint, doesn't work. Gray screen paint can't compete against it, and a $5,000 projection screen sure enough can't take it on. Not even at this little dinky 1,000 lumen projector we're using right now. And at the end of the day, guess what my customers get? They don't have to spend a lot of money for a projector. They don't have to calibrate. They don't have to be in dark environments. They can take it outside if they want through. There's no narrow viewing cone effect, none of that bullcrap at the end of the day. No $5,000 projection screen or $3,000 projection screen. That's what my customers get. That's what you call quality. I don't depend on overpriced, expensive projectors because I don't believe in lying and misleading my customers, and I sure enough don't calibrate. Now, I could give you this a challenge right here. Max out zone, 1,000 lumen projector, Starfield only. Like I said, basic demonstrations, I could bury you guys in easily. I'm having fun here. All right, we're done. Like I said, for me, this is nothing. This is easy for us. We do this all the time. That's why I do it on live. I love doing it on live because it's so easy. Yeah, we crush you guys easily. I'm not trying to be rude here, but we would. It's honestly, this technology is given to me by Lord and Savior. It is unstoppable. You can't damage it. You can't basically tarnish it. You can't do anything but accept what it's designed to do. Is this bragging? Yes, this is bragging what my Lord and Savior has blessed me to have. You demons out there want to go out there and you want to basically take my blessings at the end of the day? Not going to happen. I have faith in my Lord and Savior just like you have the nose in the front of your face right now, my friend. And let me explain something to you. There's nothing you could do to taint this product at the end of the day. Nothing you can do to try to discredit this product at the end of the day. This is my blessing from my Lord and Savior. And I'll come out here and he'll show me what to do and how to do it. When I do these demonstrations, we're going to warn you, this is what you're going to do. This is how you're going to do it. This is how you're going to put this demonstration together. I can come out here and do this easily because I know 100% how this technology is going to work and how it's going to function because it was given to me by my Lord and Savior, which I have the faith in as if you know your nose is in the front of your face right now. You can take nothing from me, nothing. The only one that can take anything from me is him himself, but you can take nothing from me. So go ahead, knock yourself out. Keep up with your dumb demonstrations. But like I said, two things are going to happen. They're going to bury you on YouTube, going to take you in court and sue you. Keep playing games. At the end of the day, people, don't bother with these gray screen paint products. It's a waste of your time. And as I said before, people who make claims about how they can easily make our products, well, as I said before, if you can easily make our products, post the ingredients. I'll do it live on camera. I'll test it against my own stuff. You buy the real product from the real deal, and that's us and us only, because we're the only ones who make it, the only one. And if I say I'm going to come out here and back up my product, I can do it 100% with no problem whatsoever. Okay, so until then, you guys need to back yourself up because all this week you're going to get stacked under a ton of freaking challenges. Now, mind you, these are not challenges for us because this is stuff that we do every day. Like we just did right now, I could give you this a challenge right now. I can say, hey, 1,000 lumen projector, do the demonstration, full environment, max out environment, meter must stay in the middle of the floor, must be near lights or doors or whatever, and we give you all the instructions. You couldn't do it. Just like a simple projector swap out, you can't do it. Because you have to go back to that projector. You had to. I've watched you when you do the 720p Epson. You will show the screen bent up in a corner. It doesn't look the same way as the projector you just displayed on a P2. It looks nothing like it. And then eventually you have to go back to that projector and show that demonstration every single time. All your demonstrations are the same. Always in the dark. Always showing that same projector. Always showing that same screen. That is your crutch. That's your handicap right there. Well, in that challenge, we strip that from you. That's why I don't like when the certified screens. I'm not a big fan of certified screens. That's somebody talking about traditional. Certified screens, I'm sorry. I don't know if you don't like me at the end of the day, but your demonstrations are crap. And I'm going to tell you they are crap, and they are. You got these powerful machines. You got these outrageous, expensive projection screens, and you're in an ambient light controlled environment. Why are you in an ambient light controlled environment? I'm pretty sure you got a professional that comes in and calibrates your projectors and all that other stuff, and you pick out what content you're going to show in that demonstration. I've watched dozens of your demonstrations, dozens of them. And they're all the same thing, ambient light control. Even in your instructions, the protocol, ambient light control. Come on, man. You know, I can go outside and I can blow my screen up with no problem whatsoever on a projector that costs way less than yours. All right, real quick before we leave out of here, we're going to bring up the 5,000 lumen Chrissy. This Chrissy is the one I had upstairs. I used to have upstairs, not up there anymore. We swapped it out for the 600 by 800 res 720p. Because, you know, there's a number of things why. I like the projector and all. It's beautiful and all, but number one, like I said, that having that stand there to hold this projector up, and this thing is pretty heavy. I'm not mounting this thing to a ceiling. It's not going to happen. But you need a special stand and all that to mount it, stud finder, all that stuff. And the one I have upstairs was the first time I ever did one. I actually mounted a projector to a ceiling. So it was pretty fun to do the whole entire thing with universal. But I chose, if I had plenty of 1080p projectors in the entire house, what would I choose to put up there? And I chose the 600 by 800 res because I thought that would make a good strong point in any video demonstration that I don't have to be subjected to spending the money for expensive projectors. When we do these demonstrations, we want our customers to be able to come in and to relate to what we have here, that they can afford the projectors that we use in demonstrations. You know, that's what we want them to be able to relate to. I don't want you coming in looking at a $3,300 or $5,000 or $50,000 projector because they're not going to, most people are not going to relate to that. People want to have a nice setup and they don't want to spend all this money for projectors, and they definitely don't want to calibrate and all that stuff. The less maintenance or what do we got to do to a projector, the better. That's what they want at the end of the day. All right, here we go. I'll tell you, fire sticks are temperamental. Now this is on a light stucco wall, which I was kind of surprised we painted it that fast. When I did the 8 was a different form of solution, so it was a little harder to do an 8. When we did it on a stucco, I had to paint it the first time, and then I had to go with a spray can to get the nook and crannies. This one bled right into the wall. I was like, if you watch me paint this thing, it was really freaking easy. So it's light stucco, mind you, not heavy stucco. And the polyester tarp, don't paint on that, because that stuff will lift up. I did a demonstration, it lifts right up off the surface, like don't paint on that. But light stucco, yeah, you can. I've gotten this from a lot of people talking about orange peel. Yeah, you can do orange peel. You're not going to see anything unless you're literally sitting right up on top of the screen. Before you're sitting there, you're going to see jack. All right, let's go over here and let's pull up. Let's take our gray sample sheet. Where's the gray sample sheet around here? Something's over here, right? Stucco pricks. Actually, I'm going to call it light stucco because I don't want to try to think at the end of the day we're using actual stucco. I actually did a stucco wall. Do you have any idea how long it takes to paint a stucco wall? The person who we did it for didn't want us. What we were going to do is we were just going to trace out where the screen was at And we were going to go in there with a sander, and we were going to sand out a square in there that had been nice and smooth to the surface and then coat it in. That's what we're going to do. But they didn't want us to disrupt the stucco. And I was like, oh, this is going to be a nightmare. But we got it done. I mean, we literally got it done. I'm going to try to remember all this stuff. It's called pink stucco wall. We did it for a customer. Man, it was something else. I don't ever want to do it again as long as I live. Just, you have to... We couldn't, now mind you, a roller's only going to get in but so much. I had to take a sock and dip it in there and dab it in the areas to get it to drench in and then go back over it again with the roller. Because I didn't want to use a paint sprayer in there, but like I said, because I prefer not using paint sprayers. I'd rather do a roll on any day. Paint sprayer is okay, but like I said, if you're inside the house, this is something that basically eventually is going to come down one way or another, and it's going to put a collective dust in your environment. So no, I'm not a big fan of the paint sprayers inside, but outside, yeah, blast away. All right, let's see what we need to go from here, because I need to get out here and get my screen set up, because I'm going to get this done. Excited. When I had the 180 inch, I did one video off it. Don't even ask me why. I did one video off the screen. It might have been when I was going through the, but then again, I can't, it might have been going when I was going through the transition. So the transition was when I got sick, I had to take this stuff they put in my system. It took a while for it to actually be able to coat my lungs so I could breathe better. It took a while. But it might have been going through the transition, because most of the time when I was setting those screens up, I wasn't feeling too good. I was really, really sick. But got it done. Now I feel fantastic. This year we are going to build. We are going to build. All kinds of crazy stuff, man. All kinds of crazy stuff. And now I got access to freaking Home Depot and Lowe's. Oh my goodness, the stuff we're going to be designing and putting together. Now, you naysayers, I know you guys don't like me at the end of the day, but hey, stick around. You'll learn something new on how to build some pretty cool collapsible screens for the backyard. If you don't want this huge, massive frame staring in you in the face, there's a way to actually get that thing to disappear. Because if you're going to be doing grommets, screens involving grommets, yeah, you're best going to be stringing it up from somewhere. So now we're at 5,000 lumens, 1920 by 1200, the big boy projector, and guess what? Gray screen still can't pick up. No contrast. Definitely not going to pick up color, because remember, the higher the lumens, the faster the screen's going to wash out. So even at a low lumen projector, you're still not going to pick up. And at a high lumen at 1080p, you still can't pick up. Told you, I could take, if I wanted to, I could, and I'm not going to do this because, like I said, it's a waste of my time, because we know what's going to happen. I order the product, the money's going to go back onto my account, blah, 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 blah. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time me doing a video demonstration on purchasing it, because we know what's going to happen. We got 15 in the table right now. Prove that one. That's not going to happen. That and the other one. So, we did the test on the Network Gray 773. That's all we need to do demonstrations on our Gray products. And if they feels that we're wrong and we're not, basically this is not his product, well, guess what? Go buy it and show us the difference. That's what I got to do. While you're at it, there's a couple of things I would love to see. While you're at it, I would love to see I'm still waiting to see the 2 quarts into 300 inch. I'm still waiting to see the 100 inches into a 3. I would love to see this. If this is something you're standing by, you got to be able to back that up. Now, I can come on camera and say, guess what? I can put 48 ounces into a 180 inch screen. You know why? Because I got a live demonstration of me painting the screen and doing it. Which I was quite shocked too. All right, let's see if we can get some colors to pop on this bad boy. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Ain't gonna pick up. Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Yeah, commercials. Not gonna pick up. Green screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
You know what I find weird? When I turn the lights out, the gray screen fades even faster. That's a freaking weird as I don't know what. Which you would think it would do better, but it doesn't. Let me see. This will get it certified. Let's get a certified gunmetal. All right, that's daylight some gunmetal. Let's put that over here. See what we got going on. Now, mind, this is not in the category of these screens, but this is a much more advanced, more professional screen. Yes, against a white screen, yes, that screen's going to do much better. Against a gray screen, much going to do much better. But like I said, our technology is black, so we're going to pull the highest contrast level. The whole purpose of the gunmetal screens is to pull a darker, deeper, richer contrast level. Dark. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now you see the difference here between the gunmetal screen and the gray screen paint? That's why I said you would never pass an 18 screen certified. Never. Usually when gray screen paint products are trying to do a certified demonstration, they would try to pick screens close enough to their color. So that way they would have less of a resistance. Now the demonstration I saw with the Dark Star 9, complete failed demonstration. Number one, you're too much dark. The environment was way too dark. Number two, you can't use the Dark Star 9 on an ultra short throw projector because they don't work with ultra short throw. They're supposed to be doing long throws only. Let me get a charger pack real quick. And one of the strong points of the Dark Star 9 is its ability to pull outstanding contrast levels, which is something you failed to show in the demonstration. You kept it to nice bright colors, knowing that the Dark Star 9, yes, was going to be able to maintain its contrast levels, its white levels due to the fact of the reflective surface. But you never showed off the contrast part of the screen, and that's the strong point. That's the more famous part of the Dark Star 9, its ability to be able to see contrast levels, and you skipped that, knowing that that screen would be able to outperform yours. All right. I took a trip around the world for a charger, which I probably literally had down here. Yes, I did, right there. Now today, we showed you on short throw. We showed you on a 1,000 lumen projector. We showed you on a 5,000 lumen crispy behind me that a gray screen product is not going to be worth your time at the end of the day. And today when we get outside, judging by how hot the house is getting right now, it's going to be pretty warm outside. We want to show you that venue projectors are worthless when it comes to a gray screen paint product. It's a waste of your time. You're just going to wash your screen out. Now I got an area over in the driveway that's not affected by the floodlights. I keep the floodlights on because we get interesting creatures. But over by the driveway, it's pretty dark. And that's going to be a perfect demonstration to string up that 150-inch screen to show you where even in the dark, your screen is going to come out absolutely awful. All right. Now, as you can see, the certified screen right there is producing a great red right there. Fantastic red. See, much better than the gray screen paint, much better. That's why, that's the difference between that product and a gray screen. And you have to be able to show the difference. If you can't show the difference, your product does not get its worth from what it's for. Like I said, we can go into with the elitists that have the money to pay for my technology 40, 50, 60 times over with no problem. And we have to be to go in and show them, like, look, that screen you have on your wall, we have technology that's more advanced than that. You can never go in there with a gray screen, because what they have in there would dominate your product with no problem. Because that's the technology that's responsible for obsoleting the gray screen. But again, like I said, that technology, because it's darker. Screensaver, Starfield.
Getting that from YouTube.
And our technology is now soon, maybe one day when I'm not even here on this earth, maybe somebody will take up what I'm doing, will basically eventually take over the gunmetal. Because as of right now, the black technology is dominant. This is another demonstration we also show to the elitists too. This is a lot of orders. But yeah, if he had did the demonstration showing the Starfield dark demonstrations, you would have seen the Darkstar 9 pull way higher contrast level. All right, well, we're done here. I got to go outside. I got to check the earth, see if it's nice and dry, get ready to string up, because I want to get outside so badly. Well, if I spend one more day in the house, I'm going to crack. So I want to get outside and do some demonstrations. I'm tired of getting to be on bigger screens, much bigger screens. So we're not going to have the frame for this right now. We're just going to basically drill it in, because it's going to fit perfectly. And we're going to string it up with some ties. That's basically about it. And then next week we'll build a frame. We'll be able to build a universal frame for it, the universal frame will fit this. It'll fit sizes of 150, 180, 170, 200, 250 is the biggest one to put on it. 300-inch screen, we're going to build that on something else. That's going to be a collapsible 300-inch screen. Show you how to build that sucker. And we're going to use micro mesh for that, because a screen of that caliber is going to require air to flow right through the screen. Because if not, yeah, that's going to turn into a nightmare. I don't feel like having a 300-inch screen come down on my head. All right, with that being said, I hope this helped you out basically on trying to choose exactly what you need for a home theater screen. And keep in mind, be careful of these people who claim that their products are doing something. But at the end of the day, it's going to cost you a lot of money. You're going to overpaying for too much. For the paint, number one, you're definitely going to overpay for, overpricing too much. For a gray screen paint that was 9 years ago, yeah, you're paying too much. If you look at the other sellers, the vendors on whatchamacallit, they're selling their products at 1 quart for like 40, 50 bucks. This guy's way beyond. You know, your product doesn't do all that stuff in the day. Like I said, it does the same thing Sherwin-Williams does at the end of the day. So no, his product is not worth the price. And all the lies talk about ambient light rejection, bullcrap, bullcrap, bullcrap. Well, he says his product is not ambient light rejection, but again, you're showing demonstrations that if your product is ambient light rejection, or you're claiming that ambient light rejection is not needed, which anybody in home theater know that's bullcrap, because you do need ambient light rejection, because that is the latest thing in technology for projection screens. So you making that claim means you either can't produce it or you either can produce it. But the reason why he has that post on your website, because if you try to use the screen in a somewhat lit environment, as we did upstairs with the 144-inch screen, and your screen washes out, the first thing he's going to claim is, well, I never said it was ambient light rejection. Then you might have just paid for the $23 of bare silver screen, or just paid the money for the network gray. If that's the case, save some money. You just paid money for a product that doesn't even have an ambient light rejection technology attached to it. Buy house paint, same thing. And the only reason why you're seeing the image that you're seeing on this demonstration is because of the projector he's using. If that's not the case, then he has no problem doing the 1-year challenge of swapping it out for 720p and fully lit environments only, especially for contrast levels. But you won't see that because they can't back it up. All right, well, with that being said, today everything goes well. I'll be outside with a smile on my face, and you will have another challenge at a 180-inch screen. I do not want to see a 100-inch. 150, I want to see a 180-inch screen. Anything I display out back, you're going to have to match. Whether it be 250 or 300, you got to match it. Again, if you people are going to be ridiculing my work at the end of the day, at least match my demonstrations to a T perfectly. And I forgot one thing. All demonstrations must be done live. Got to go, and God bless.